milk. It's the product which I am manufacturing, right? It's a milk manufacturing unit, and I pack it in a bottle and sell it in the market. And every bottle of milk will have 0 grams fiber, 137 calories, and then 13 grams carbohydrate, and then 9.7 gram protein, 4.9 gram fat. What are these numbers? Technical specifications. Technical specification. How come, where from all the specification came? Your customer wanted it.
Yes.
Customer wanted it. So the customer requirements are converted into appropriate CTQs. Those CTQs have now become technical spec, right? And now sigma level should be measured at CTQ level. Sigma level should be measured at CTQ level. How many CTQs are here?
5.
5 sigma levels you need to know. What is your sigma level for the first CTQ, second CTQ, third, fourth, and fifth? If all the sigma levels are great, your product will be great. One of the CTQ, if you perform badly, do you think the customer will buy your milk?
No.
So sigma level is a measure of your capability at the CTQ level. No other methodology will guide you like this. Right? Most of the approaches are system level, organization level. Now this is, people say process level, but I am telling you it is CTQ level. Clear? Now let us take one CTQ, calories. What is that your customer wants? 137 calories. Can you produce all milk bottles have exactly 137 calories? Not possible.
No.
Some tolerance. So that is what is written. 137 plus or minus 2. Now the target is 137. What is USL? 139. What is LSL? 135. Customer requirement is understood clearly. And if you deliver milk bottles meeting the specification, your capability is great, your product quality is great. Not just 1 or 2 bottle. Every bottle that comes out of your factory should meet the spec. That is the requirement. When I say every bottle, your goal is long-term capability, not short-term capability, right? Because today you might produce just 1,000 milk bottles a day. Will you run the factory in the same manner after 3 years or after 6 months? You will try to produce more milk bottles. Am I right? Every day. Today you are producing 1,000 bottles a day, but tomorrow you want to produce 10,000 bottles a day because organization wants growth. So what we are interested in long-term capability, not short-term capability. All right. And now I have visualized the customer requirement. Do you know customer target? Do you know upper spec? Do you know lower spec? Everything is known. Now the difference between upper spec and lower spec is called specification width, otherwise called customer tolerance. How much it is? 4 calories. 2 calories on the right side, 2 calories on the left side is what customer gave you as tolerance. It is clear. And now you want to understand how are you performing or how good your products are. How will you know how good your products are? Will you go and check every milk bottle you are producing? Not possible. You will only take a sample. Am I right? You will only take a sample of few milk bottles. So that is what you are doing. To simplify and to ease the understanding, imagine you took 100 sample. 100 milk bottles you took. All 100 milk bottles you are sending to lab. Why do you send it to lab? You want to measure the calories that is present. And now 100 readings comes back. Now you are visualizing the 100 readings. When you visualize the 100 reading, look here, your histogram goes like this. It follows a normal distribution. And now with the 100 readings, you calculate the average. Possible, right? You have 100 number, add all 100 number, divide by 100, and your average is called X bar. Your customer target is always denoted by mu. What is your customer target? 137. What is the average you calculated? Luckily, your average is also 137. If the average is 137, customer target also 137, that simply shows you have designed the process properly. You centered the process correctly. Whatever customer targets, your business also targets the same thing. Is it good or bad?
Good.
Definitely good, right? So process average should be on the target. That is happening. No worries. Because I don't want to complicate too much problem now. One of the factor is favorable. And now another problem is having the average on the target doesn't mean every milk bottle has exactly 137. No, some of the milk bottles are above 137. Some of the milk bottles are below 137. Now with the 100 data, I want you to calculate standard deviation. I taught you in the beginning. Standard deviation formula, you calculate, and I have calculated for yourself, and value is 0.666. How is this sigma value is helping me? Once I know sigma, I will know control limit. What is the formula for control limit? Average plus 3 sigma. What is average? X bar. What is X bar? The average calculated from the process data. X bar plus 3 sigma. Can somebody tell me what is the value of 3 sigma when sigma is 0.66? Tell me what is the value of 3 sigma?
39.
0.66 into 3 is how much?
4.98.
1.98. So close to 2. So 137 is average. 3 sigma is 2. 137 plus 2 is how much? 139. So 139 is your upper control limit. Similarly, 135 is your lower control limit. All of you are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And now process width. Upper control limit minus lower control limit. That is also 4 calories. Now I want to understand how am I performing? How is my business going on? For that, I am going to overlap the specification width and the process width. I will do it in the next slide. So I have overlapped. I overlapped the specification width and the process width. And now see here, when I overlap the widths, I am seeing my control limit and specification limit also overlapping.
Yes, sir.
According to our calculations, it is overlapping. And now I know one information about control limit. What is that information? When I know control limit, what percentage of the points will fall inside the control limit? Can you tell me this range? What is that you are understanding about?
99.73.
Beautiful. 99.73% of my data will fall inside control limit. And control limit and specification limit are same. So 99.73% of the points will fall inside specification limit. Instead of saying control limit, I am saying specification limit. Why? Both are overlapping here. And what does it mean in my business? 99.73% of the milk bottles I am manufacturing in my company are expected to fall inside the specification limit. I repeat the statement. 99.73% of the milk bottles I am manufacturing in my company are expected to be inside the specification limit. And today I am producing 1,000 milk bottles every day. Now 99.73% of the 1,000 will be inside the spec. 0.27 will be outside the spec. And now when you produce 1,000, what is 99.73% of 1,000? What is 99.73% of 1,000?
997.
I have written here. 997 milk bottles are inside the spec. Customer will happily buy it. How many milk bottles he is rejecting?
3.
3. Are you happy the way you are running the business?
No. No.
Why are you saying no? Why are you not happy?
Still, I am that my 3 bottle are rejecting it.
See, but your business is going good or not? You are able to raise invoice for 997. Customer is ready to pay for 997 milk bottles you supplied. Only 3 out of 1,000 is rejected. You should be happy. You are getting good money here.
Yes, yes.
You should be happy. But Sanjay is still not willing to accept. Do you have a reason? Why are you not happy? Is it that you are losing the money for 3 milk bottles is making you unhappy, or is it something else?
This is not only about the money. I'm producing today 1000 only. Suppose I'm going to increase my production also for the upcoming days, so that percentage will be go up and it may be very
Good.
high.
Beautiful thinking. Sir, I am running the business. Today I am producing 1000. But I know I'm going to improve my business. I know since my quality is great, my customer will ask me 10,000 units a day. My customer will ask me 1 lakh units a day. At that point of time, whatever capability I have is not going to be sufficient. Imagine our discussion in the beginning of the session. When I wanted you
Yes,
to
sir.
jump inside the circle, you said, I will jump. But when I wanted you to jump 100 times, you said, I'm not going to jump. Same way, when the customer buys only 1,000, you are making it today. But customer expect you to produce 10,000, you are not going to make it. So the 99.73, what you are seeing today is true only for your short-term requirement. When
Yes, sir.
customer increases the demand, the 99.73 will fall down. What do you think it will be? From 99.73, how much it is going to be? Can you make a guess? Is it going to be 90 or is it going to be 80 or is it going to be 70?
Don't know.
It is going to be in this range, 70 to 80,
70.
70 to 80%. It is going to be in the range of 70 to 80%. So your rejection is going to be how much? 20 to
32.
30%.
Yes.
It is not 0.27. So whatever 99.73 you observed is true only for short term, but definitely that is not true in a long term. So your capability is not allowing you to expand your business. Am I right?
Yes.
When you want to expand your business, when you want to serve to a lot of customers, or when you are looking for a higher demand, then your capability should be much more higher than 99.73.
Yes.
Don't settle at 99.73. And now this
If
process,
I am able to maintain this 99.73 irrespective of number of my bottles I am producing, right?
okay,
Then if my process is stable, my process is good, then whatever be the number of bottle I am going to produce, the 99.73 will be maintained.
then you jump 100 times, as I told you. You said
Mhm.
that time you accepted, no, sir, I'm not going to jump 100 times.
Uh,
See, I can jump once inside the ring of fire very well.
uh,
But when you want me to jump 100 times, I'm not going to make it. You only
right,
told me that.
right.
That is true in your business also.
Okay,
With
okay.
the existing capability, if the
Hmm.
demand increases, your capability will definitely fall down. Imagine you are a call center. You have 100 people answering the call. But after 3 years, number of calls are increasing. You still have 100 people. Do you think you will be able to maintain the same level of performance? No.
No, no.
So that means always your capability should take care of your future demand,
Hmm.
right? So that means the 99.73, which is a short term, will automatically come down to 70 to 80 in a long term. When I say long term, the demand should increase or the duration should go on. If you run the business for a longer time, what will happen? Your machine will undergo wear and tear. Your operator, some of the operator will leave the job and some malfunctioning will happen. And that is why, it is coming down. Statistically, your process, your control limit will move out of the specification limit by a distance equal to 1.5 sigma. This is a empirical relationship. Now your control limit is outside the spec. The amount your control limit is outside the spec, the rejection will be 20 to 30%. Now, in
Sir,
short
what is
term,
1.5 sigma, sir? I didn't get.
1.5 sigma is an estimate of the deviation of your control limit in a long term. It's an estimate. Like you have the
Okay.
thumb rule, no? Thumb rule, lot of thumb rule you will be having in your company. This is called empirical rule, statistical rule. A process having a capability of 99.73 in short term will have a lower capability because the control limit will drift by an amount equal to 1.5 sigma.
Yep.
As the control limit moves no further by 1.5 sigma, you are going outside the spec, right? And
Right.
now considering the short term, your process is just capable. Why I call it just capable? Control limit just touches specification limit, right?
Just
And
capable.
this process is statistically called a 3 sigma process. Why do I call it a 3 sigma process? The distance between my process center and one of the nearest to specification limit is equal to how much?
3 sigma.
So the process is called 3 sigma process. A 3 sigma process assures a result of 99.73. Is that clear?
Clear, sir.
But the 99.73 is true only in short term. In a long term, that will drop to 70 to 80. And now you understood the meaning of 3 sigma process. And
Yes.
I am going to give a nickname for the process. Look at the curve. Does it look like a head of the elephant? It looks like a
Yes.
head of the elephant. So I am
Yes.
going to call it an elephant process. Why do I bring elephant here? I want to register a point in your mind. Imagine you have put a big animal in a small room. If you put a big animal in a small room, do you think the animal will stand calm and quiet? Already elephant is wild and you are not giving a moving around space. What will do? What it will do? It will break the walls of the room. What is the wall of the room? The specification limits or the walls of the room. The control limits are nothing but the legs of the elephant. The elephant will stretch its legs. As a result, control limit will move out of the specification limit by a distance equal to how much?
1.5 sigma.
0.5 sigma. That will make your process incapable in long term. Do you all now understand how your
Yes,
process
sir.
becomes incapable in a long term? And so what you need to do is, oh, I'm sorry, I will erase all these things. So what you need to do is, you have to improve your process, no, in a long term. So let me erase all these things. It will become easier for you. All right. So in a long term, you
Slide
need
is not
to-
visible, sir.
yeah, I will share.
Okay.
So when I say you have to improve the process, tell me, what do I mean by improve the process? What will you do to improve the process in your company? Will you train your people frequently? Am I right or not? And will you keep,
Yes.
will you maintain your equipments in a very proper condition? These are all called process improvement. These are all called process improvement. You will ensure your supplier deliver the same quality material always. Like Mangesh told already, sir, I will keep my process stable. For keeping your process stable, you have to do all these things. When you keep your process stable, you will be able to make your process capable long term. It won't happen just like that. If you don't do all these things, then the tendency is coming down. And now improving the process statistically means reducing the standard deviation. For reducing the standard deviation, just now we discussed, you keep your process stable, process will be, same level, and make it further, perfect, your standard deviation will go down. Now the revised standard deviation is 0.33. When standard deviation is 0.33, what is the revised control limit? Average plus 3 sigma. How much is 3 sigma now? 3 into 0.33 is how much?
1.
1. So 137 is center. 137 plus 1 is 138 is your
38.
control limit, upper control limit. 136 is your lower control limit. And now tell me, what percentage of milk bottles will lie inside control limit? What percentage will lie inside control limit?
Inside control limit again 99.73 only.
And so what percentage can lie inside specification limit?
100%.
More than 99.73. More than 99.73. And that is going to be 99.999. That is going to be 99.999. How 99.73 came? 99.73 came. You said that process is 3 sigma process, right?
Yes.
We call it J score. When the J score is 3, the success is 99.73. But here, the success is 99.999. I will tell you how this value came. But definitely, the 99.999 is more than 99.73. And now your control limit is inside. And now what will happen? In the long run, your process will deteriorate. Why your process deteriorates? Because there will be a wear and tear. Supplier quality will have some variation. Some of the operator may change. Many possibilities. As a result, your control limit will tend to move out by a distance equal to how much?
1.5 sigma.
So your control limit is moving by 1.5 sigma. But even after the movement, you still have some tolerance.
Yes.
That means even after the process deterioration, you are not allowing your customer to reject your product.
Right.
That is how you have come closer to 100%. Your success rate have come closer to 100%. And now if you continue producing only 1,000 milk bottles a day, now tell me how many milk bottles your customer will accept. What is 99.999% of 1,000?
All
Almost
100%.
almost 100%.
Almost all 1,000 milk bottles customer will happily buy. Now you are able to raise the invoice for all the 100 milk bottles you are producing. You are raising invoice and customer also pays and rejection is nil. This is what is called, Six Sigma methodology. This is what is called Six Sigma level of performance. You are not giving a chance for your customer to reject your product. There is no chance here. What is the chance you have given? 0.0001 is the chance. So when you produce 1,000, that 0.0001 cannot play. Okay, customer is very happy about your quality and he placed order for 10,000 milk bottles every single day. Now what is 99.999% of 10,000?
1 bottle reject.
Are you sure? I am saying that again, customer will buy all 10,000. For you to produce a
10,000.
defect, if you produce 1 million milk bottles, then only 3.4 defects will happen. So in 10,000 milk bottles, again defects may not happen. Again, the chance is rare. This is how failure becomes a rare event. This is what we call it world-class quality. How did you make your quality a world-class? By centering your process at a distance of 6 sigma from the specification limit. This is the statement I made yesterday in the very first slide. You have centered your process at a distance of 6 sigma units from the specification limit. Can I write 6 sigma here?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yes.
And this process is called a 6 sigma process. A 6 sigma process is doubly capable. You are giving your child 10 rupee as a packet money. Your child is very wise. Your child spends only 5 rupee and saves the remaining 5 rupee in a bank. Now future, something goes wrong. Can he make use of the saving? Yes or no? All of you are with me on this. You are giving your child a packet money of 10 rupee. How much your child spends? Only 5 rupee.
5 rupees.
The remaining 5 rupee saving will help him in the future.
Yes.
Same way, customer gave you a tolerance of 4 calories. But what is your process tolerance? Only 2 calories.
Yes.
When your process deteriorates in the future, still you have some tolerance. Your saving is not lost. This is what is making you doubly capable. And this is what is statistically called 6 sigma process. The success rate is 99.999. When 99.73 comes from a J score of 3, 99.999 comes from a J score of 4.5. How did I get 4.5? I know my process is Six Sigma. My jet score would have been 6, but I don't use 6. I know in a long term, my process will deteriorate by 1.5. So my jet score is reducing to 4.5. But for a jet score of 4.5, the success rate is 99.999. This number 99.999 comes from a distribution called standard normal distribution, which I will teach you in the green belt training program or a black belt training program, right? So don't worry about the table and all. You learned it already. Standard deviation, you learned it. Average, you learned it. Normal distribution, you learned it. You learned to calculate the probability. The probability is what I am using. I am calling it as success rate here. Success rate is nothing but what? Probability. You all learned it, but you forgot it. I am going to recall it. And now this process is doubly capable. I am going to give a nickname for the process. Earlier I called it elephant. Now I am going to call it giraffe. Why do I call it giraffe? When I reduce the standard deviation, what happened? My control limit is pushed inwards. Am I right? Earlier my control limit was here, but now I pushed it inwards. As I push it inwards, all the points will start clustering around the center. Am I right?
Yes.
All the points, when it cluster around the center, my graph will start looking taller in the center. My graph will start looking taller in the center. When you grow the graph taller in the center, you are improving your business. And now your curve will look taller. So I'm going to call it a giraffe process. Elephant process is not enough. Giraffe process is what is required to make your business successful. And that is otherwise called a Six Sigma process. Now you understand the meaning of Six Sigma, right? And now to check whether you understood correctly or not. Now I am showing you a business process. Is it an elephant or a giraffe?
Elephant.
Very correct. Statistically, what is the sigma level? Look at the picture and tell me.